of those who would run in the 2016, several things need to be said about the means of choosing people to lead and its preferred process for choosing them. Handpicking a person to lead us and pave the way towards a better and brighter future for everyone is not an easy task. It is not something that can be equated to selecting a good color combination, a great mix of spices, or even jades that go with a little furniture. It is a choice we have to make, and a choice we have to live with for the rest of our lives. Leaders are not puppets that could be bossed or carried around the street. A true leader stands for what is just and true. He is independent yet considerate. He needs no one but cares for everyone. He is self-reliant and responsible. His will is golden and unbendable. He is the epitome of a veritable moral being, a person who somehow seems to be one in a million. We must point out the foundation of leadership is not competence or charisma, but character. Charismatic people are often assumed to be the best leaders, but it's a trait that can be used for good or evil. Three of the most charismatic leaders of the 20th century, Hitler, Mao, and Stalin, were also expressed, destroying the lives of millions. Without character, charisma becomes a threat, used to manipulate situations with selfish reasons. Whether leading in business, education, politics, or family, character always outdoes charisma. What we desperately need in our leaders today is a strong character. And while there are many of them, and a number of qualities we may reckon, truly, it's hard to be a great leader without a great character. But the big question is, how do we find one? Before the Philippines descends into the despicable status of an undesirable third world nation, it is vital that courageous measures are implemented to reverse the ongoing political death spiral led unknowingly by the least politically educated sectors of the Philippine society. The solution reposes upon the very essence of democracy: freedom with responsibility, freedom with accountability, freedom with restraint, freedom with prudence, freedom with understanding, and freedom with discipline. It only means that every right and privilege enjoyed under a free society should be accompanied by a corresponding obligation. In particular, the privilege to vote should obligate voters to be informed, to know their candidates and their platforms. More profoundly, voters must exercise the utmost care and diligence in refining their conscience and judgment, which should be demonstrated in action throughout the election process. Our responsibility does not end in casting one's vote. Therefore, we should be vigilant on election fraud. Just because you have voted your candidate does not mean you should not care of what happens after.